Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make we shout. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my ego diary politico. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, this one not they off in mind. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, man of the masses. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah. This man not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yeah, yeah. Aha.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Mayegun number one.
Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, share this broadcast, like it, which is your offering, by the way, and then invite others. Read the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the evening. If it is morning at yours, or if it is afternoon over there, just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Kolu is back. To everyone who doesn't like or support APC, Ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, or those of you who rejected Kolu and their kind of politics, you will call him Kolu is back, or Jagabandit is back. But to his own admirers, the ones that always sing, on your mandate we shall stand, on your pampas we shall stand, on your poo-poo, Bola, on your pampas, they call him Jagaban is back. So it's a mixed feeling. But in this homily, I think it will be a good time to probably push and see if Tinubu himself can answer some questions. Share this broadcast. Tell them, pay. A lot of people want to ask questions. They want him to answer questions about this. Yeah, himself. Others want him to answer questions about this, himself, and so many others. But as you are not getting answers, nobody is getting answers from Kolu. As you are not getting answers, there are more questions popping up again, like Kolu returning to Nigeria with something attached to his armpits. This is for somebody and for some people who have seen this and alarmed, could it be that they force call you back? Is it true that he is having serious health issue that they are not telling Nigerians? Who are those? Who knows? And what are they hiding? More questions, no answers. But again, it will never stop us from asking.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùnra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ẹ̀sùnra òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùnra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì ayé ẹ̀sùnra kì.
Thank you, everyone, from wherever you are joining from. Just before we get fully into it, I would like to make something clear to everyone, as long as you are human. See, nobody is immune from falling sick, getting unwell, or even dying. There is no particular age that says you cannot get sick. Sure, you get? There is no particular age that says you can't die. So naturally, for humans, we are meant to, as strong as we are, at the time we will wither, and then, you know what I mean? We get tired. Some have kind of recovered from serious health issues. So there is no biggie about it. Therefore, when you talk about public officials, and in fact, in the case of Nigeria, from what you are currently dealing with,
I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me! Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me! I will not allow you to. Help me! If they carry me, they go, we are not know.
Help me. Don't worry. I know they go anywhere. This is the beginning of the service. So the only difference here is this. Hang on, sorry. I was talking about the health and all that. Anybody can fall sick. Anybody can die. So don't let anybody blackmail you for probing into Tinubu's health. And this is why. Your health is your private business. Of course, it's yours. I mean, whatever it is you are going through, shouldn't be anybody's business, okay? Until you decide to be a public official, when you are expected to actually declare everything about you, including your health status. It's the law, it's their law. Their law says you have to declare everything about you, including the possibility of you being unable to carry out your duty in that position. It's their law. So that means everyone would then be what? Would be interested in, and you probably won't really be so interested if this man has, I haven't been like displaying some signs of mental disorder, incoherence, continency. Have you waited the call that way person they pee for body? Sure you get. Or where is completely lost for, lost the idea of the environment, dementia. Are you with me? Is displayed all this several in public that raise the concern of the people that is this man all right? We know he's not all right. Just like Buhari. Buhari survived whatever he passed through simply because Nigeria picked the bill. While Buhari was lying down, half dead like a vegetable in a UK hospital, the thieves, they were using his name and all of them, they were running mad. The terrorists, they were also hibernating in his government. They were what? They were running mad. The result of that is the Nigeria you have today. So Kolu left Nigeria 34 days ago. That's okay. I mean, he's still, he's no longer a private citizen, so let's not even go there. So, he rigged an election, right? And then he ran to Paris, where he was for, hang on, is that your, yeah. So where he was for medical care, not in Nigeria, where they are in government and they have been in government for 8 solid years. So this is also concerned. But meanwhile, while he was away, there were so many things. There were rumors that are actually not rumors. And in the coming days, we are going to know more, right? There were rumors that he suffered serious health complication. Nobody said anything in Nigeria. Oh, he's fine. He's very strong. He's agile. So when you now pick on this and say, this man know well, what is their game? What are they up to? Now, before we even go further, right? Me explaining to you that anybody can fall sick is normal. It's just to let you know that do not let anybody blackmail you when you are talking about this very serious problem. Don't let them tell you what is your problem with it, what is your business. Because if you have witnessed what Buhari did to Nigeria in 8 years, and all due to the fact that, number one, he's also demented. Number two, we don't even know what he's suffering from. Some said it's leukemia. Some said the cancer of the bone, cancer of this or that. Like almost every part of him is reported to have been changed, just to make him appear the ways they can push him on, just to appear as the president of Nigeria. And we remember that a lot of people, right, were actually only happy, even though Nigeria was born, they were happy that at least Buhari is still the president. Whatever it is that they were going through, whatever it is Nigeria is passing through, it doesn't really matter. So that part, that people are now going to try to blackmail you simply because with what you suffered under Buhari, or you are suffering under Buhari, that has triggered you, put you in that PTSD state. Do not let anybody blackmail you with, do you want him dead? I know you are praying for him to die. No. Whether you pray for him to die or you pray for him to live, none of it is in anybody's control or anybody's hand. But what is in your control is the fact that the calamity of his failing health and those who are pushing him is going to be worse than whatever you are witnessing under Buhari now. Because even before Buhari became president of Nigeria, right? Buhari never spent weeks and months in hospitals. Oh, sure you remember. Buhari was not walking about with syringe attached to his arm, oxygen gas, oxygen cylinder, and then some ready-made emergency doctors that are going to quickly attend to him. Buhari wasn't like that too. So the point here is this: Tinubu is sick, and it is now going to be your Armageddon in Nigeria. Prayers, so all of you who are pretending, remember some of you were praying. But may Buhari succeed. Buhari succeed. May Nigeria succeed. All the enemy of Buhari will be put to shame. Now, who is in shame now? Who is in poverty now? Who is in high DP camp? Who are those who are currently in the graves? Who are those who are currently in the hands of terrorists as we speak? Nigerians. So you can sit back and ignore this and begin to push the narrative of they want him to die. No, but see, his death means absolute nothing to the destroyed and ruined Nigeria. Let's start with that. Do you understand? Now you have a drug lord and Osama bin Laden, two IC. Abi, what they call it? Two in charge. Abi, they are going to be in charge of Nigeria. Then that means something bigger is behind that you should begin to pay attention to with these little details that are popping up. Talk, speak out. When they try to blackmail you with, hey, you want no, don't. You're not interested in his death. Do you understand? You are only interested in the destruction that is its existence actually going to bring to millions of people. If you don't believe it, in 8 years, right, Nigeria moved from 13 million unemployed people to over 80 million unemployed people today. And with the World Bank report that just came out as well, Nigeria is going to add another 13 million poor people into the poverty basket. With Kolu, you can just triple the number. And some of you will still have a small strength today to try to kind of shout people down, abuse people or blackmail people and all of this, and ignore all these warnings. In 4 years, majority of you would have joined your fellow Nigerians in the poverty basket created by APC. All those your useless and fraudulent hypocritical prayers, they won't work. Some of you said Buhari failed because people didn't like him. What about those of you who love him? What about those of you who are ready to die for them? What about all your prayers for better Nigeria? Are your prayers not answered? Are those who don't like them or criticizing them, are they so strong that they kept them so confused that terrorists have taken over Nigeria? That today you are using Naira to buy Naira. And that's their credit. Anyway, let's take the journey. Kolu is back. From what we heard, they said Kolu now struggle to eat. Kolu cannot even talk properly anymore. They said Kolu, as you have him, has lost most of his mind, like somebody with done shoko, but it's not like shoko. Sure you get. Now, Kolu has gotten to a stage whereby he is now more or less like somebody who should be in an old people's home, okay? But they choose as old rock for him. Now, all of this may not mean anything because you say there are no proof other than the few public information that are available. But there are people who also kind of know better within their rank who are releasing some information to the public. For example, when we saw the video of him with the Malian drug dealer, that video, and in a presidential shopper in Guinea Conakry, that video couldn't have made it, couldn't have surfaced online if it wasn't uploaded by somebody who was within that rank. So same thing with his health. So whatever is behind this whole thing, it is about to begin to unravel. So let's go to the arrival and then step by step. So Kolu arrived into the arms of his followers, okay? And there are many at the airport. Now, the welcoming party was huge, at least for somebody that has been away for 34 days. Before we come back to the concerns and all that, okay, I am still going to take you through the trip of his arrival. Now, when Kolu arrived to the welcoming arm of his supporters, Baba Oyoyo, This is what that this is actually what that looked like. Let me see. Where's that clip again? There. Jagaba. Let me give you a better one. That's a better one that seems to be like a more spread. Let's see. See how happy they were. They said he's dead. They said they are cloning him. Look, he's back. Just like the same trauma that Buhari puts Nigerians into for 8 years. Sometimes you won't even know if he's alive or if he's dead because you just don't hear from him. He became a mannequin. So they were so happy to see him. And they saw him unaided. He walked down he walked out of the private jet himself. So what else do you need? It's fine. And hey, hang on. See the joy on their faces. Yes, Jagaban Guinea is back. The Lagos Sabobakus were happy. The Yoruba APC fanatics, they are so happy. But it looks like it's like they forced him back. See, I am not a doctor, okay? And if I see something, I go talk him. Like ordinarily we should. And if nothing, if you have learned nothing since this Buhari's time, well, the point I'm trying to make is that do not blame people who don't like him. Do not blame enemy. Do not blame anything for what are really obvious. He's a sick man, and he's going to need a lot of foreign medical trip in order to at least to continue to appear in 5 seconds video, 20 seconds video, sometimes 1 minute videos. It doesn't have to say much. All he has to do is just to appear. So it feels like they like, if you look at that guy at the back of Kolu, that guy wearing a dark sunshade glasses, sunshade. That is the Alimodu Sheriff of Borono, the first accused alleged founder of Boko Haram. They are all friends now. All criminals in Nigeria. If you're looking for them, go and check them around Tinubu. That is a fact as well. I don't know how you feel. Thieves, money launderers, drug pushers, terrorist sponsor, and the rest of them. You will find them around him. He has them. Militancy, yes. Terrorists of Niger Delta, all of them. They have a bit of, is very welcoming. Now, in the mood of Kolu has returned, inauguration mood, this is concerning, see, normally, APC, Egbe, they will not agree, they will not admit. Sure, you get, they will think you are trying to mock him. But I am actually not here to mock him. Because like I told you, this could be anybody, it doesn't matter your age. Do you know that? We have seen children who are undergoing chemo for cancer. We have seen we have seen elderly people. We have seen young people who have had to take a treatment that requires them to receive this kind of share you get. I don't know the name per se. Some of you are doctors. You know something. Some of you are actually like in the medical line. Like I said, not to mock anyone or what have you, but if they have to leave that on name, if you have to leave this on your patient to go out of hospital, for example, okay, somebody who was not in the hospital, who just went on vacation, why is he having that under his arm? Do you get that now? Good. They call it a PICC line. Those of you who are in the medical field, right? So if somebody who went on vacation returned with this PICC line Botox, what do you call it? Syringe. Does that mean that person is medically okay to begin to engage or to go back to work or to go and start a job? So this is the concerning part, okay? Now, when you raise this concern, they will think because you don't like him. They will think because you wish him something. See, I don't wish him anything. I wish Tinubu whatever he wishes himself. Do you understand? But the difference here is that this man is going to soon be in charge as president of Nigeria. And he is going to appoint people into institutions in Nigeria, to run the institutions in Nigeria. Okay? He is going to, have to be in charge of the country. So tell me, does this not guarantee, or should I say, does this not warrant an investigation to say what is actually wrong with Tinubu? Some said that this is for those who are having problem eating, or those who are going through chemo for cancer, different things. I don't know. And that is one of the reasons why I'm going to open the line tonight to have this conversation as well. So that's a new question. So if anybody is trying to blackmail you, trying to tell you that what is your business, what is this or that, no. What is really going on? Do you know that if they actually come clean, although in Nigeria, they always believe, they kind of have a way of pushing superstitious narratives. Remember during the Buhari time, Buhari was suffering from heart disease, kidney failure. He was suffering from some other things that we probably, like life-threatening, sicknesses then, that he has to go through different dialysis for recovery, different transplanting and the rest. And they kept them stay secret, but he did the hand of the NHS in the UK. The president of Nigeria medical record and every procedure he passed through or he went through, the record is with the MI6, is with the UK government, is with the NHS in the UK. But the people in government in Nigeria, the security government, the security agents in Nigeria, they have no medical record of their president. So do you now see why they said it is easier to use all of the compromise on the criminals who are in charge of Nigeria by the West, the ones you call the neo-colonists, the imperialists. So do you see how you kind of, in a double-edged sword, stab yourselves when you push this kind of individuals? So Buhari, that nobody knew what happened to him, was in the UK for months. And they were telling you then that, you remember, they were bringing up different superstitious narratives in Nigeria. Some people poisoned him. How did they poison Buhari when he's surrounded by his own people? They said no, they poisoned the air condition in his office. But he only had kidney problem. That he had to undergo dialysis in the UK. And so many other health complications he had. Yeah? And he was given the first class health care here in the UK. So for 8 years, Buhari turned UK, Nigerian president turned the United Kingdom to his permanent home because of health care. Now, here is Tinubu is a billionaire, is a kleptomaniac, political crook that has so much money. So having access to the best healthcare for Tinubu is not a problem. It doesn't have to be president of Nigeria to have access to that. Do you get that? All he lives like a president anyway, is the president of Lagos, the state that is the richest after federal government of Nigeria. So he's the president of Lagos. He has his own different private jets, top of the grade, top of the shelf private jets. All he will need is just to put the emblem of president of Nigeria on it. And he has the money. But now he is going to give you, this time around, it's going to give you a different vibe. But we will all have to go and learn how to speak French. He has a house in the south of France. And his American hospital where he has doctors in, they are based in Paris. Now, if they don't tell you the truth about whatever is wrong with him, the next thing you are going to be dealing with for the next years now will be somebody is trying to kill him, somebody wishing him death. Some people, they are a bit different. Let me say something to you. During the Buhari time, the Buhari came and he told all of us who we are. Do you know that it was Buhari who told all of us who we are? Yeah. Before, people used to lie to themselves that the problem they have in Nigeria is the problem of leadership only. Bad leaders. But when Buhari came, he made every tribe, every ethnic nationality, every religion in Nigeria to know their place. The impunity that he brought, the Fulani supremacy that they preached, made everybody realize where they belong. Once they say enough, go do it. People actually got to know that. And he made clear, APC with Buhari, they crossed all the red line that those who were before him pretended, hypocritically avoided. Buhari crossed every red line. Know your place. So if you be Yoruba, know your place. If you be Igbo, know your place. If you are a Christian, know your place. If you are a Fulani, know your place. If you pass your boundary, they'll go show you. That's exactly what Nigeria has become. Divided like never seen before. Sure you get. Now, with Tinubu brand of politics, or more, their own was past the xenophobia in South Africa. The moment you say anything about Tinubu, you are going to receive a lot of things. Let me give you the idea. If you are working in the media, you are going to go to jail. All right? They're going to shut you down. Or they're going to force your employer to sack you in the coming days, weeks, months, and years once they get what they are about to get in the next 1 month. If you say anything about Tinubu, the first thing they're going to say is that if you don't agree with Tinubu, then you are enemy of Yoruba people. Remember these cretins, these miscreants, these crumb eaters, praise singers, vuvuzelas. They are so small. If you take violence out of the game, they are much, much like worthless and useless. But in the coming days, you are going to realize that there is difference between APC, CPC, APC. CPC, APC, those ones, they use religion to cover. Okay? Where jihadist sponsor, terrorist sympathizers, where they were. And when Buhari came to power, they took the echelon of the government. And that is why what you are witnessing is when you see them shouting religion on this side, behind the old facade, terrorists are receiving blessing from Buhari and immunity. Corrupt and looters, they are receiving blessing and immunity from Buhari. Sure you get. But out there, they are what? Shouting the North versus the South, Muslim versus Christian, Fulani versus others. But behind this old facade was a pure madness. Abi? In that same APC, they have the ones they call ACN APC. The ACN-APC, those one are the Yoruba, lawless, jobless, and criminal fanatics. I mean what I'm saying, you know. They will call you Omoale because you are not supporting a drug dealer. They will call you Omoale because you are not defending a drug dealer. Do you understand? They will call you Omoale Yoruba, these little minute miscreants and scavengers, right? When the fanatics, the jihadists, when they are doing their thing, the Agberus, the miscreants, the Yoruba APC, they were hungry, starving. If you don't know them, we know them. Here you get. They were overworking. Okay? They were so overworking in defending APC and they were hungry, starving, and poor. I'm not joking. If you are not following them, well, then I understand. Maybe you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Like the Yoruba APC, they are so poor. Because you know why? All the opportunities that they were looking for, they thought they would get for bringing Buhari to power. Foul. The ones that got the opportunity, they became so selfish that they prefer to turn them to Alimajiri. And that is why every small thing, they are like rabid dogs. They are always angry. They are always sad. They are always like, they can't have conversation too. Any small thing you say, they will come after. I mean, that's how they operate because they didn't actually feel the softness of APC. Those who are so below them, they put them above them. They are now boy to the people they usually call Aboki. Guess what? Now because Oshumbade, Pastor Ruga, and Buhari Lepo, that is why they became nicer to Northerners. Okay? Everybody knows some of them are horrible towards the North. But they pretended for 8 years. These last few days, it is their turn in the next few days or few weeks. Here you get. The xenophobia in them, is going to turn Nigeria to ground zero. Let me explain that for you. Today, there is a general belief that the Fulani terrorist committing crimes in Nigeria enjoys the presidential privilege immunity, which has made the other people from other part of Nigeria become powerless when Buhari's government started using the army to what? To crush the people. Whoever dare to fight back the Fulani terrorists in their territory. For 8 years, Buhari tried to force the Fulani agenda on the rest of Nigeria. Example, Ruga, Katu Colony, Katu Settlement, and all those nonsense they brought about just to placate terrorists in Nigeria. Fulani agenda. It was real for 8 years. But while they were at it, when they were at it, right? They didn't kind of, you know what I mean? They didn't, the Northerners, right? They didn't kind of Or maybe they didn't win when they tried to push that we should accept all that. Abi? Now, let's put the facade aside. For Tinubu and gang, you are about to witness everyday attack on you simply because you are not supporting Kolu. Not just that. Every time you raise any concern, okay, you are going to be shut down. Remember, because of Buhari, Nigeria has become the poverty capital of the world. That is their legacy. Nigeria has become the second most terrorized people in the world. That is their legacy. Abi? Now, this whole legacy that Buhari own and the Northerners don't even have the strength to defend. When it comes to Kolu, they won't own it. They will hunt you. The agenda is to ensure that you won't see him. Number one, you won't see much of him. Okay? And every time you raise anything and say, they say Naira is now exchanging for so and so, they will come for you. Now, their own worst xenophobic mind, which I am going to be one of those who are going to be at the front, at the front runner, at the front of the whole thing, to explain to the people that Tinubu's agenda and the miscreant Agberos and the thugs that are going to turn Nigeria into ground zero very soon, they are not Yoruba agenda. I'll be one of those that will narrate that, because we know even the Fulani agenda is not because of the Fulani. You know that they were trying to take the people's land, give them to the to the Fulani elite, and the Fulani elite will own the land, and they will bring in their own Fulani terrorists into the place. But they own the land; it is no longer your land. That's exactly what they wanted to do. It's like, Shebi, you don't want to allow you don't want to give up your land, Abi. What we are going to do is that we are going to take the land. Then we're going to gazette the land. So when we gazette the land, we're going to create local government from those lands. And the lands, the owner of the land, it will be the first time that you will see individuals will be the owner of a local government. They will tell you, Alhaji Salisu, you don't know him. Just like the people of Niger Delta, they don't know all the people who own the oil in Niger Delta. The people who are in the Niger Delta people, right? They have the oil, but they don't own the oil. So that's exactly what Buhari and his gang were trying to push. It didn't work. So whatever Tinubu and gang are going to come around to push and attack people, they're going to it's going to be like North Korea, because there'll be so much questions to ask, and they won't give you the answer. Rather, they will say you are our enemy. If you criticize in any way, they will come after you. They are going to look for friendly nations, countries, where they are going to get more Nigerians kidnapped and sent back to Nigeria, into Nigeria jail. That's why I said they will turn Nigeria to ground zero. As mad as Buhari is, he no fit force Fulani agenda on Nigeria. He no succeed. He only used he just used that as a small screen for other looters, right? To what? To access your commonwealth. And where did that leave Nigeria? Poor and poorer. Abi? So Kolu is back. So maybe we should then start asking questions like, Alhaji Kolu, Jagabandit. The news out there is that these two men are your men. The one on the left, who got convicted for the same drug dealing that Tinubu got convicted for and forfeited $460,000 US. And Shegun Agbele, or whatever his name, the guy on the right, who was also convicted in the same case. Now that the INEC and possibly the Nigeria Supreme Court are in the bag, a lot of people want to know what to say when they are asked about these people and your drug conviction. A lot of people would like to know what to say as an answer as Nigeria turned to narco states. A lot of people would like to know what Tinubu has in common with this Osman Yara. Osman Yara, a known Mali drug lord, in a very widely, publicized video, a viral video, where people have kind of believed now that it was a cash transfer or a cash exchange for something that looks like, if we have to put into context, these guys here, right? The Mali drug lord in the middle, the governor of Lagos State that his own predecessor once told us, Ambode, that once told us this, remember?
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know. Are we not? Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that,
We don't, I mean, he hasn't said much. He's not telling us what he knows, because he can't tell us what he knows without them telling us what they know about him too. But for the few he's managed to kind of tell us, a lot of people have been digging. Now we know who this guy in the Middle East, okay? And we know his role in the Nigerian Sharid election as well. Now, if you are going to be accosted and they are going to say, oh, is it true that a drug dealer is your president in Nigeria, a sick man and all that? So we want to know what to say, okay? So that we can say, oh yeah, he told us the story himself. But we know he won't. But like I said, now that he's back, Lagos Abobaku, Amojuba, congratulations, that he's back. All right. And then, but there are questions, even though I know you don't care. I know you don't care. Sure you get, but you eventually care when the time comes, okay? However, some people want to know. So they said this guy played a very, very crucial role. The role he played, that he went back to his country and he gave his own picture and Kolu's picture to the media in his country. And he bragged that he, as a fixer, they know him, apart from being a drug lord. Yara is also known as Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Fixer. Fixers are those who can move money, who can move weapons, who can move things during for any kind of, they call them logistics, for any kind of battle. If the battle is election across Africa, he is a friend with many African dictators too. Because for his trade to succeed, Yara needs to build relationship with the people who run things in different African countries. And so far, so good. Mali is country, they know him. Guinea Conakry is a friend with the coup leader there. Sure you get. Gambia, they know him. And in few other places where he's been kind of mentioned. So now that he's going to, he's seen with the incoming president of Nigeria, the biggest African, the biggest black nation on earth, the biggest African, the most populated African country. Listen to me. There are questions you should answer. They have avoided this, so they believe it's going to go away. Okay, we may not get answers. Okay, but nevertheless, it will never go away. And so, when you tell your children why you stood for what you stand for, just remember that. You can use all this, explaining it to them. Now, let's go a little bit forward from other things happening out there. We call it politics. So let's move away from politics in a little bit. Yeah, it's already happening. Nigeria is yet to have its own Escobar, Pablo Escobar, as the president. And so somehow, it seems that the era of them apprehending drug pushers and all that are going to begin to wind down. But this past 2 days or so at the Muritala Muhammad International Airport, people actually have the audacity to do this, right? They are smuggling drug out of Nigeria. Nigeria is yet to be a narco state. Nigeria is struggling and suffering from drug abuse, drug transit, and all that through Nigeria, and even drug carrying, drug smuggling. That's the word, drug smuggling. Now that a convicted drug lord seen with another African, drug lord is yet to be your president, I think the confidence is just going to grow. Let's stop by at Muritala Muhammad International Airport, where they discovered this in fabrics. Thank you, all of you where they work for that airport too, because even if we are saying everybody is corrupt, sure you get. Some of them are saving the lives of the people that they have pushed into poverty even more to recruit them as drug smugglers. Sure you get. Sending them to different parts of the world where so many of them don't even come back. So many of them have ended up in jails all over the world. So whenever they get stopped in Nigeria, they're actually doing them a favor. But now that the drug lord is coming, all they have to do is to infiltrate everywhere. It will become a normal thing. If you don't belong to the carcass, you are not going to get your own drug smuggled. Are you with me? Let me show you another part of that video.